Good morning, everyone. My name is Heather Fink. I'm a distribution sales rep here at Ward-Kraft. Some of you may know me, some may not. Like I said, I am a distribution sales rep at Ward-Kraft. I've been here a little over 2.5 years. Hopefully some of you saw me last week on the webinar talking about our shipping solutions, which is the area I specialize in. A little background, a little history on Ward-Kraft. Ward-Kraft is a family-owned print manufacturer that's been in business since 1972. We're located here in Southeast Kansas, Fort Scott, Kansas. Here in Fort Scott, we actually have 3 divisions. We have a forms and labels division, we have a plastics division, and we have a specialty coatings division. We sell in all vertical markets. In the plastics division, there we do a lot of digital print. We do badges, gift cards, table talkers, plastic signage. We also do digital asset tags, those types of things. Over in our forms and labels division, it's more of the traditional print. So you're going to have basically any kind of labels, any kind of form label combination, your multi-part forms, your collates, your add a label, those kinds of things are over there, as well as pressure seal. And then in our specialty division, we call it specialty coating simply because we're able to convert raw material into a finished product. So in that division, we actually lay down our own silicone. We lay down our own adhesive. We're able to control where the silicone goes, how much there is. We're also able to control our adhesive. We can pattern that adhesive. We have proprietary adhesive for cold applications, for hot applications. We've kind of got a little bit of everything over there, which kind of makes us unique. Today, well, first off, let me thank you for joining, taking the time this morning. It's kind of gloomy here in Kansas, a little chilly compared to yesterday, about 80 degrees yesterday, and today we're in the 50s. But anyways, I want to thank you for hopping on and joining. A little housekeeping before we get going. Down at the bottom, you guys will see a Q&A. Submit questions at any time. Once you submit those questions at the end of my presentation, I will actually answer any questions that you guys may have. Just so you know, I'm going to be sharing screens, sharing some video, so bear with me as I maneuver through all of this. Today's topic is actually going to be just one of my shipping solutions. It's going to be the DuplexPackSlip. That is a thermal label. So I'm going to kind of be talking about that product, what that label is, how it works. We'll kind of talk a little bit about integration into systems, just kind of go over some details to hopefully familiarize you with that DuplexPackSlip. So first off, a lot of people ask, what kind of businesses actually benefit from DuplexPackSlips or any kind of shipping solution? Well, honestly, it's anyone that ships packages straight to the consumer. For the DuplexPackSlip, usually it's a little bit larger volume. So say you ship 250 boxes a day up to 1 million. I mean, you know, I know that's somewhat impossible, but well, I think. But anyways, it can be any number. 250 a day is actually a pretty good number. And part of the reason with the DuplexPackSlip, it does require special printers. So for your return of investment, you may want to have a little higher volume so you can get that return on investment sooner. So if you're looking at e-commerce companies, 3PLs, any fulfillment centers, manufacturing, like I said, any business that's shipping single carton packages straight to the consumer, they can benefit from this. And the benefits are large. Just simply in labor savings, you can save a lot of money. And I'll talk about that as well. What is a DuplexPackSlip? That's a question a lot of people have. Here, I know you probably can't see it very well. So basically, it is a double-sided label. In this sample, you guys will see that the shipping label's on the front. Of course, that's what's always going to be on the front because the box has to go somewhere. In this example, the back is actually the packing list or the invoice. There is a little bit of information. There's the logo. There's those kinds of things on it. It is a double-sided label. It's a direct thermal label, so you have no ribbons to change. You don't have anything like that. It prints on both sides at the same time. Of course, the front of that label is the shipping label. The back of it can be a return label if needed. It's a packing list. It can be a gift message. Also, so you know, like I had said before, this label, that we have the capability of converting raw material into finished product, that means we can actually customize this label for you. So the standard size is actually 8 by 5. We can make this longer. You can't go any wider with this label because of the printer it goes through, but it can be longer. So we're able to customize it, change the design a little bit for you. Maybe you want a tear strip at the bottom or something like that. We're able to do that for you. What are some of the benefits of the duplex? Some of the benefits is simply it's one label. Maybe currently you're doing something like this, where you have a packing list that's on a laser form that's printed somewhere. You got a plastic pouch that you put it in. Maybe you drop that packing list in the box, and then you have a thermal transfer printer somewhere printing your shipping label. So one of the benefits of this is, for one, it's 100% match. Your packing list and your shipping label are married as it's printed. So it is 100% matched. As long as you entered that order information correctly, it is going to come out right. Secondly, there's less consumables. You see here, there's 3 consumables and at least 2 printers. You're down to 1 printer now with no ribbons. Also, if you use a plastic pouch, that's gone. You're not needing the plastic pouch anymore because everything's on the back side of the label. Everything's right there. It's neat and clean. So the process in this, the labor is faster because you're not manually matching, you're not manually folding, you're not putting that in. That's less touches. Also a greener solution. With this, you know, with a duplex pack slip, here is your label. Greener solution, you have 1 product and this is the only trash that you have. In a situation where you're actually using, say a FedEx or UPS label, your 4 by 8 or 4 by 6, you've got an entire liner that's covered in silicone that can't go to a landfill. So with a duplex pack slip, you actually have less that has to go to that landfill. So it is a greener solution. So this is the duplex pack slip. I just showed you how we peeled it, and here it's applied to a box. So this is simply how your customer would get it. It's pretty easy. It's on the box. It says peel here to reveal packing slip. So the customer would just pull that pull tab, then the box, they peel it down. It's neat and clean. They've got their shipping label on the front, their packing list is all on the back. So this is a 1-step process now compared to potentially at least 2-step, because this is printed somewhere manually matching and then you're shipping it out. So that the labor savings is huge. I'm going to kind of show you guys a better version of the duplex pack slip. I'm going to share my screen here. So here is a duplex pack slip that we have mocked up. It just is, you know, got the logo on it. So that's something with the duplex or any label on the outside of it. Customers are looking for ways to include marketing in their packaging and really reach their customers. Why not put your logo on your shipping label? That is something that there has to be a shipping label. So why not put a logo on it? This mock-up here shows on the back is just our packing list. On something like this, you can do packing list. If you don't need a packing list or anything like that, you can do gift messaging. Let's see here, let's switch over to this one. So this one here is something that I've mocked up. I said something about maybe you need a return label on the back of that, because you don't need a packing slip, you just need your customers a way to return it. Using our standard stock duplex, you could make the back of it a return label, and here's an example of that. The one thing to remember, using our stock duplex, this return label will not be adhesive because it is the back side of the label. So this is actually on the liner. So this would have to be taped on, which isn't a big deal, but it is a solution. That you don't have to customize a label to get that return label if you need it. Now, I did tell you that we can customize all of our duplex pack slip. So this next one I'm going to show you is actually a customization. As you can see, this label is a lot longer. The tab here is a lot larger. So this customer actually does gift baskets. So they send out gifts. So they really want their customer, when they get their package, they want them to find that gift message. So they really have told them to pull down, you know, here's your gift message, here's their tear strip. And then when you get to the back, any static information can be we can print on the labels for you. So in this situation, we would print all of the artwork on this label. So when you run it through the printer, you're just going to print the message. Same here, we would print your logo on it, or you could, if you wanted it in black. So all of the static information we would print, and then you would print your shipping information on here. So just ways of customizing it, you know, think outside of the box a little bit. Let's brand those boxes. You've got to ship it, so why not put your logo and your message all over it so that you stand out above your competition? I did mention return labels. We have some customers that ask about return labels and they want them to be adhesive. We have capabilities, like I've told you, to customize everything. This is actually a 3-ply duplex that we produce. And so again, you've got your shipping label on the front, and there's a whole lot of information about returns all along the sides. But when you look at the back side of it, rather than just a packing list, this has a packing list, and it also has an area that has adhesive. So it's actually 3-ply. So this return label can actually be peeled off and attached to the box. And as you see, the exterior information can stay on that box, and the return label can go on it, and it can be shipped back to whoever it needs to go to for processing. In this case, there's order information that remains on the box, so that when they get it back in-house, they're able to process that return pretty easily. So again, I want to really stress that all of our duplex, the capabilities are endless. You know, with this, I think the best way to handle any situation like this is to reach out to us and ask the question. Let us know your process so that we can find the right solution for you, and make sure we get all the information that you need on it. As I said before, you know, the higher volumes are a little bit higher because it does require a special printer. So there actually are 2 printers that have 2 print heads in them. There's the Sato GY412, which I actually have one here I'm going to show you in a minute. And then there's a Toshiba. Those printers, both are industrial strength printers. They work great in any kind of environment, but they do have 2 print heads. So they are very special printers because they're what allows that label to print on both sides. There's no turning over like a laser printer that you see flip flop the papers. This comes out and it is printed on both sides, which is pretty phenomenal speed wise, because it definitely takes the speed from this situation to the one with both things on it. So speed is huge on that. What I want to talk about now is, you know, we have our DuplexPackSlip, and this is a stock item that we have. I kind of call this our universal label. Let me go into that a little bit. So our DuplexPackSlip, our stock item, we actually have 3 different applications for it. And what I say by universal label is the same label, the same media can be used in 3 different applications. So it can be used where it comes fan fold, you print it out, and you manually peel it. You peel it, you stick it on that box. But then like I said, we have 3 different applications. So our next application, so in this situation, like I said, it comes out fan fold and you apply it to the box, you peel the liner yourself, trash it, apply it in the box. This, what I want to show you is our Sato. And as you see here on the front, probably can't see real well, there's a peeler unit that our R&D department and machinists have built into the unit. So this isn't just an attachment, it's actually part of the unit now. But what this peeler does is it actually, as the label comes through, so whether you're scanning a barcode downstream, sending the information to printer, or say you're batch printing, because all your items are the same and you just need to get them out the door, this label is coming out and it's ready to go. So here I've been able to pick up this label, I can apply it to that box. The speed just increased. The information's in here, it's waiting. It's not going to print another label until I pick it up. So I can grab it as fast as possible. How that works is, like I said, we have the peeler unit. The liner, as you can see, is going down into the trash can, but we have a sensor built into this catch arm, and this is a non-stick catch arm. But we have a sensor built into this catch arm, so it knows, hey, there's a label there, don't print anything else. So say you're working on a line and you're going through and you're like, oh, I need to take a break. Don't touch the label. It's not going to go anywhere. As long as that label's laying there, the next one's not going to come out. Or maybe there was an issue. But that's the great thing about our semi-auto. This is what we call this application. But it definitely increases your speeds because we can apply, this can go as fast as you can apply a label. They're coming out. So you're looking at just a few seconds for that label to print. A process like this is about 35 seconds. So when you go from about 35 seconds per box to about 3 seconds per box, that's a 32-second savings per box. That's huge. Not to mention the consumables. That's a huge, huge savings. So with that being said, I want to talk about maybe what your current process looks like. So maybe your current process is you're getting a packing list or a pick ticket printed up in the front office once they enter the orders, and they bring them back into the warehouse for picking or something like that. So you have someone grabbing those pick tickets or those packing lists. They probably use an electronic device to scan something on it, which tells them where to go and pick. And then they pick it into a tote, they pick it into a box, it goes on down the line, someone QAs it, then it goes down and someone scans it again, and they print the shipping label and then fold up that packing list and do their process like this, or they drop it in the box, something like that. Maybe they print 2 labels and stick 2 labels on it. I'm not real sure what your process is, but it may look something like that. When you apply Duplex, you bring that into your system. That's going to change your current process. So your current process may go from something being printed up front, grabbing a piece of paper, going and picking, and then going on down the line, to orders are entered, maybe a label is printed with just that barcode on it. So you grab that barcode, you scan it, it tells you what to pick. That barcode goes directly on the box. Maybe you pick straight into the box. You may pick into a tote, either way. But once that picking process is done and you QA it or whatever your process is, that box can be taped, because now you have what we call a license plate label on that box that says, this is the order. So then it goes on down the line, and maybe you put it on a conveyor system. I'm not sure how you would do that, depending on your process. Sometimes there's a conveyor system. Sometimes it just goes to a shipping area. That barcode can be scanned automatically through a conveyor system if you have scanners, or manually at the shipping station. The box is taped and closed. It's done. All it needs is the shipping label. Once it gets to the area for that shipping label, it prints out your duplex pack slip, whether it be a manual apply or a semi-auto. So you just reduced a picking ticket up front, that extra touch. You reduce no one's folding or finding or manually matching a packing list to go with an order, because it's all on the duplex pack slip. So you just reduced your steps and your touches in the process by doing that. I want to show you guys a quick labor savings with the duplex pack slip, just kind of some quick math. So basically, like I had told you guys, it takes about 35 seconds to do the process that we had talked about with the plastic pouch. So let's say 35 seconds, you do 1,000 boxes. That's 35,000 seconds. So that's about 30, let's see here, it's about 9.7 man hours to do 1,000 boxes. So if you have labor, say you pay your person $16.25 an hour, just to try to do the math. So you're looking at $157.62 in labor costs for every 1,000 boxes that you ship. Easy math, let's do 1 million. So with that labor cost for 1 million boxes, you've paid $157,620 in labor throughout, so it may be a year. That's a lot in labor to send a box out when you know your e-commerce is growing and you're going to have even more boxes to go out. So let's talk about our duplex. Say you're hand applying it rather than the peeler, because we know the peeler's fast. So let's say hand applying, we're going to give you 10 seconds. So we went from 35 seconds to 10 seconds. Same calculations, same labor. In a situation like that, when you do 1,000,000 boxes at that speed, you're looking at $45,130 in labor. Do you realize how much labor costs you just saved? That's over $111,000 in labor for that 1,000,000 boxes, just by implementing a label that combines your packing slip and your shipping label together. That doesn't include the consumables that you save. That doesn't include the toner you're not buying anymore, or the ribbon you're not buying. That's a huge savings. So something to really think about there. I have a lot of people ask me, hey, how does this integrate with my system? How do I make it work? I do have a quick video that I would like to show you guys that kind of explains it a little better than me. I could give you a 30,000-foot view, but I think that this would help explain it. So basically, we have a software partner. Their name is Minisoft. We work with them quite a bit on different applications, and they have a tool here that they call eForms. This eForms is basically an integration tool, and it can help you print all of your distribution forms, not just the duplex. So it can be used throughout your company. What I'm showing you right now is just some of the businesses that they're in and that they've integrated with for DuplexPackSlip. So, you know, they're well known. Here's a video that talks about their integration. So I'm going to let this video play and let you guys just kind of listen. I think it's a little over a minute, and then I will hop back on and talk to you guys about our print and apply system.
How does DuplexPackSlip integrate with your existing business process? Minisoft's eForms can integrate in a number of ways with third-party software solutions, such as relational database queries, web service calls, virtual printer, and monitoring a directory. The typical approach to integrating DuplexPackSlip with your business process would involve the following. Shipping labels would be printed and picked up using one of the methods described above. Let's assume, for the sake of this example, an eForms virtual printer. The packing lists would be copied to a specific directory, which allows eForms to easily and accurately parse the data. eForms would then capture some reference field on the shipping label, like the order number or pick demand number, and use this to find the associated packing list XML file or whichever file format that it's in that had been previously copied to the specified directory. The shipping label will be printed on the front of the DuplexPackSlip label, and the packing slip will be printed on the back. For dropship purposes, eForms can select the appropriate packslip format, such as Kohl's, Macy's, Mayfair, whichever format, depending on the customer, that is, the retailer whose packing slip format you want to use for a particular shipment. And this entire process is automated. For more details on drop shipping and, of course, integrating DuplexPackSlip with your business process, don't hesitate to reach out to Minisoft support. How does DuplexPackSlip integrate with your...
There we go. Okay, so that just kind of explained in a nutshell kind of how Minisoft integrates. They're, like I said, they're kind of a behind the scenes integrator, so they can integrate with your current WMS system and your shipping systems and warehouse management. They can integrate with your inventory, all of those things. I said earlier that we actually have 3 applications for the DuplexPackSlip. So we've got the hand apply, we've got our semi-auto, and we also have an auto applicator now. So like I said before, we have the universal label. So technically we grow with customers. So in a situation, maybe you start out with the desktop version and you're hand applying this, you start growing your e-commerce and you're like, we need to get faster. So you go to your to our peeler. So that speeds your process up. Well, now you've grown so much because your business is out there and your e-commerce is growing, and now you're looking to automate. In a lot of different situations, each time you change your process, you have to buy new media because it won't work with a new system. You have to buy a new printer. You have to buy all new setup. You have to reformat your labels. You have to integrate everything. In our situation, that's not the case. If you integrate for the duplex for your for the desktop version where you're hand applying it, or you integrate, maybe you start with a peeler, you integrate with that, and even we partner with Minisoft. None of that changes as you grow. The only thing that may change is if you want your label to look a little different because you want to add a new logo or something like that. That's the only thing that's going to change. The integration is they'll still all going to work the same. It's just going to be the application that is a little different. Like I said, we do have a print and apply system. I do have a short video of that I would love to share with you guys so you can kind of see how that works. Let me find it here. That is something we're pretty proud of. We have our own R&D and machinist departments, and so they actually were able to build that in-house. We pride ourselves in that. We love being able to solve problems for customers, and we had a lot of customers talking about going automated, but they didn't want to start using a different label. So being able to develop that auto applicator and use the same media is pretty amazing. Let's see here. Let me see what questions. I'm going to go ahead and transition over here to my question and answer session. Let's see what questions that I have. So it says, can I use DuplexPackSlip if I have a homegrown WMS? The answer is yes. Our partner, Minisoft, like I talked about earlier, they can integrate with just about anything. They're partners with all of the main WMS systems and ERP systems, your Oracles, your HighJumps, your SAPs. Of course, they're preferred partners with all of those, but they've also integrated with many, many homegrown systems. So the answer is yes, absolutely, we can do that. And now here's another question. Should I be concerned with the packing list on the outside of the box? The answer to that is no, because no one is going to see that packing list. It is all confidential simply because all they see is the shipping label. The only way anyone will see that packing list is if they pull the tier strip and remove the actual shipping label. So my answer to that would be no, no concern whatsoever. Another question is, what if we use current labels for information, internal information? So like I had said that our duplex is customizable. So in this with the duplex, there's space above the label and below the label. So we have a lot of customers that actually enter picking information here, order information. So internal use stuff at the top and at the bottom of this label, they can use that as well for internal information. So maybe how it's being shipped or where the order's located or that order number, that can all be put on the label as well. We can help customize that for you through Minisoft and the integration. That information can be placed wherever. Let's see here. I think that's all the questions I have. I want to thank everybody for joining today. I hope I provided some information. If you guys have any kind of questions or want samples, I believe a link has been sent in the chat that actually you can request samples, a link for you to request any kind of duplex samples. Here's my contact information. Reach out to me if it sparked interest on your process and you want to talk through that. Let's set up a call. Let's talk about what your current process is, how we may be able to help, how we can integrate this into your system, save you some time, and kind of talk specifically on your stuff. Ask some questions, get some samples from us. So again, I want to thank you all for joining me today. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope I just didn't talk to myself for no reason. But hey, reach out. Let's have some discussion. Let's get some questions answered for you. Any samples that you want or any mock-up stuff, any kind of information you guys need, please reach out to me. Let's I don't know, let's see what we can do to help you. But again, I want to thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you have a great rest of the week. Remember, it's hump day, so it's downhill from here, guys. So have a good one.